we turn our attention to a big event that's coming up, and it's going to help support a great organization. We're going to talk about that as soon as we meet our guest. On my right is here as often as we can get him here, and we're glad he's here today. David Daggett is attorney with Daggett, Shuler, of course. And in the middle, between he and his partner, Griff, is Dr. McNeil. Cronin makes his first appearance here on Triad today. Hope it won't be his last. He's a board member and parent for the Piedmont Down Syndrome Support Network. And then, of course, Griff Shuler from Daggett Shuler. Welcome, gentlemen. Good to see you.
Thank you, Jim.
McNeil, I'm going to start with you. You said it's okay to call you McNeil.
Absolutely.
Is that right? Let me start with you, Doc. What is the support network all about? What's the mission?
So thanks for having us here. And the Piedmont Down Syndrome Support Network is a local organization that provides support and resources to individuals in our community with Down syndrome and their families. And the main mission is to help individuals with Down syndrome lead as happy and healthy lives as they possibly can.
And why are you so personally involved? Tell the folks.
So about 4.5 years ago, my wife and I had our first baby, a beautiful little girl named Quinn, who was born with Down syndrome. And we found out the day she was born, and that can be a shocking bit of news to receive. And the Piedmont Down Syndrome Support Network was there immediately with resources, with information. I still remember the packet that we got. And so that helped us to realize that things were going to be okay and that this was really going to be a blessing.
You and your wife, you're a smart guy. I mean, you feel like, well, I can conquer anything, I can deal with anything. But when something comes along, you need that support network, right?
It was priceless. And through the last 4.5 years, they've continued to be there for us. And so we have gotten more and more involved, my wife and I have, because we want to give that to other people in a time when they need it most.
Well, let's talk about the big event coming up. I'm going to turn to David on this one. I understand there is the big event for the support network. What is it, very quickly, and how are you involved?
Well, it's the 321 Deacon Dash for Down syndrome, and I'll let McNeil explain what 321 is.
Right.
That is March 25th. At the Coliseum Fairgrounds property.
Right.
At 8 o'clock is a fun run, 8:30 is a 5K run.
Right.
And it's a great event. I'm a race announcer. I do quite a bit of races, as you know.
Yeah, you know.
And I have I've fallen in love with the Down Syndrome Support Network and have done a number of their events.
They just do a great job.
Well, and it's one of my favorite things to do all year.
Quickly, McNeil, tell us what the name 321 Deacon Dash is for.
Yeah, 321 has a significance to the Down syndrome community. What gives people Down syndrome is the 21st chromosome has 3 copies as opposed to 2. And that gives all the characteristics of people with Down syndrome. And so our race distance is technically 3.21 miles. Now, a 5K is 3.1.
Right.
And this will be an official 5K that's sanctioned by the Twin City Track Club, so you'll get your 3.1 mile
And if
time.
I'm not in great shape, I could walk, right?
You can walk. You can do the 1 mile fun run.
Griff, why are fundraising events and the support network, why is it so important?
Well, Jim, can I get a little philosophical? I think it has a lot to do with community. And just like in this situation, this was an important community for McNeil and his family. I think these opportunities allow folks to come together for a common cause, for a community, and then there's a ripple effect. And where you have one community going out and doing things, then other similar communities come together. They do similar things, and the bigger community of the Triad benefits. And I think this is very much in keeping with this whole area. Geographically, this whole area is a really giving, caring, bigger community.
Right,
and I think it's really a lot of it starts from the ripple effect from events like this.
Final word.
This event is probably about the most fun you'll ever have.
Yeah.
If you come out once, you'll come back again. I just talked with last year's female champion, former elite college runner, and she said this is the one event she won't miss.
And you pay, up
fantastic.
on screen, we have it Saturday, March 25th. Now, you pay a fee to run, though, right? And that's how you do the fundraising, is that right?
A small fee for running and for participation. You can give more if you'd like.
Okay.
And I want to thank, on Griff's point, the community is fantastic for people with special needs.
Well, we appreciate what you're doing. Up on screen, PDSSN.org for information there, and also DaggettShulerLaw.com. Gentlemen, thank you so much. David's going to stay over to sub for Ogie on the roundtable, so stay tuned for that. But Griff and McNeil, thanks so much.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Jim.